Spokane betrayal wife's lover ran a crime ring, cheating wife story. My wife's hand brushed his arm at dinner. She laughed, eyes locked on him, not me. Then Blake Morrison leaned across the table, smirked and said, "Bryce, you're lucky I'm not running this house yet." My kids froze forks mid-air. That was the moment I knew my marriage was a lie. I'm Bryce Turner, 47, owner of Turner Auto Repair in Spokane, Washington. I've built a solid business, 6 figures, loyal customers, a crew that respects me. Nothing flashy, just steady. Maya, my wife, was my spark. 12 years younger, with a smile that could melt winter and a warmth that made our house a home. We met at a car show, her admiring my restored '67 Mustang, me stumbling over words. 9 months later, we were married. Her dad clapping my shoulder, calling me family. 2 kids followed, Lila 9 and Ethan 7. Life was good. I thought we had a ranch-style house, big yard, swing set for the kids. I worked long hours, fixed cars, balanced books. Maya ran a part-time bakery business, from home cupcakes and cakes, her passion. I paid the mortgage, the bills, the kids' school fees. She'd kiss me, call me her anchor. I believed her. But lately, the air between us turned cold. She'd snap over small things, late dinners, missed recitals. Her phone was always buzzing, screen locked. Just clients, she'd say, eyes elsewhere. I didn't push. Trust was our foundation, or so I thought. If this story hits you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe to Viora for more raw, real dramas that cut deep. This is Viora, where vows shatter, where truth stings. My story starts now. The slide began subtly. Maya started dressing sharper, new dresses. Heels, perfume I didn't buy. She'd leave the house for bakery meetings, come back late, hair perfect. No flour on her hands. I'd ask casual, good day. She'd nod, vague, busy. Her laughter, once my favorite sound, felt reserved for someone else. I ignored it, kept working, kept believing. Then Blake Morrison walked into our lives. A high school friend of Maya's, back in Spokane after years away. Mid-40s, ex-Marine, now a fitness coach with a gym downtown. All muscle, charm, and swagger. Maya ran into him at a coffee shop, invited him over for dinner. "He's just a friend." "Bryce," she said, eyes bright. I didn't argue. Welcomed him, shook his hand, ignored the way his grip lingered. Dinner was a performance. Blake dominated, telling stories of his deployments, his gym's success, dropping names of local big shots. Lila and Ethan stared wide-eyed as he flexed for them, joking about Uncle Blake. Maya laughed too loud, her hand grazing his arm. I cut my steak jaw tight, forcing smiles. He looked at me, smirked. "Bryce, you ever hit the gym? Could use some of my tips." The kids giggled. Maya didn't correct him. My fork bent slightly in my hand. After dinner, I cleared plates, needing air. Blake followed me to the kitchen, leaning on the counter, beer in hand. "Nice setup you got," he said, eyes scanning like he owned it. "Maya deserves it." I turned, voice low. "She's my wife." He chuckled, stepped closer. "For now, buddy, step up or someone else will." My fists clenched, but the kids were in the next room. I didn't swing, just stared, memorizing his smirk. Maya didn't mention the dinner after, acted like it was normal. Blake's taunts, just guy talk. But her phone buzzed more. Late nights, she'd slip out to the porch, whispering, "I checked our bank account one night. Curious, $2,000 gone, cash withdrawals. No receipts. Bakery supplies," she said when I asked. Her eyes didn't meet mine. Doubt crept in, cold and sharp. I started watching. Noticed Blake's truck at her meetings. Saw them at a cafe, her laughing, his hand on her wrist. My chest burned, but I stayed calm, methodical. I wasn't some jealous fool. I was a man losing his family. I called my buddy Sam, a retired cop. "Can you dig into someone?" I asked. He didn't hesitate. Name, I gave him Blake Morrison. Sam delivered in days. "He's clean mostly," he said, handing me a file, "but shady, runs a cash-heavy side hustle consulting for rich clients. No taxes filed, and he's tight with Maya's cousin Tara. They've been seen together." I frowned, flipping through photos. Blake and Tara cozy at a bar. Tara, who'd always been Maya's shadow, pushing her to live bigger. Was she in on this? The breaking point came at a barbecue. Our backyard, kids running, neighbors chatting. Blake showed up uninvited. Maya's eyes lighting up. He brought steaks, took over the grill, played hero. Lila clung to him. Ethan, trailing Maya, beamed, serving him first. I stood by the cooler, beer warming in my hand, invisible in my own home. Then Blake clapped my shoulder loud. "Bryce, you're quiet tonight, letting me steal the show." Neighbors laughed. Maya didn't. Her silence cut deeper than his words. After in the garage, I confronted him. "What's your game, Blake?" I asked, voice steady. He smirked, stepped close. "Game, I'm what Maya needs, a real man." His hand shot out, grabbed my collar, shoved me against the wall. "This is my house now," he growled. Lila's voice called from the yard. He let go, walked off, leaving my shirt crumpled, my pride in tatters. I didn't sleep. Sat in my truck parked down the street, staring at our house. The lights were off, but Maya's betrayal glowed like neon. Had I let her down, work had consumed me. Late nights, missed games, forgotten promises. But this Blake's arrogance, Maya's silence. It wasn't just a cheating wife story. It was a theft of my family, my place, myself. I gripped the wheel, knuckles white. I wasn't done tomorrow, I'd fight back. Blake's shove left a bruise on my pride, not my skin. I didn't go back to the house that night. Sat in my truck, rain streaking the windshield, replaying his words. My house now. Maya's silence stung worse. My kids' eyes watching from the yard haunted me. I wasn't losing them. Not to him. I drove to Sam's place at dawn, still in yesterday's clothes. He opened the door, saw my face, and handed me a coffee. "What's next?" he asked, no preamble. I tossed him the file on Blake. Dig deeper. His consulting, his cash. Tara's role. Everything. Sam nodded, no questions. "Give me 3 days." I went to the shop. Turner Auto Repair. My sanctuary. The smell of oil and metal grounded me. My crew noticed my edge, kept their distance. I worked fixed. A carburetor, balanced books, kept my hands busy while my mind churned. Maya hadn't called, no texts, no apologies. Her silence was a choice, and it cut like a blade. I started rebuilding, quietly called my bank, checked accounts. Maya had withdrawn $5,000 more, labeled business expenses. No bakery needed that much cash. I froze her access, moved my savings to a new account. She'd feel the pinch soon. Next, I met my lawyer, Dan Carver, at his office. "Divorce?" he asked, pen poised. I shook my head. "Not yet, just protect my assets and the kids." He drafted a trust for Lila and Ethan, shielding their college funds. If Maya wanted war, I'd be armored. Sam called 2 days later. "Blake's dirtier than I thought," he said. "His consulting, extortion. He's shaking down gym clients, doctors, lawyers for protection. Cash only, no trace. Tara's his runner, delivers the money." I gripped the phone, pulse racing. "Maya's involved." Sam paused, not directly, "But she's been meeting Tara at Blake's gym, handing over envelopes." My stomach dropped. "Envelopes, my money," I tailed Maya. "She said she was delivering cupcakes downtown." I followed, kept my distance. "She didn't go to a client parked at Blake's gym, slipped inside." I waited. Snapped photos, her leaving Tara behind her, both carrying gym bags. Too heavy for towels. I sent the pics to Sam. "Track those bags," I texted. He replied, "Already on it." That night, Maya came home all smiles, like nothing was wrong. "Good day?" I asked, flipping through invoices, casual. She nodded, too quick, "Just busy." Her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, silenced it. I poured her a coffee, watched her sip. "Blake coming over soon?" I asked, voice even. Her eyes flickered. "Maybe he's fun with the kids." I smiled cold. "Yeah, real fun." Sam's next report was a gut punch. "Those bags, cash drops." He said Tara's moving $20,000 a week to Blake's offshore account. "Maya's been signing checks from your joint account, small amounts, labeled supplies. Adds up to $15,000. I stared out my shop's window, Spokane's gray sky blurring. Maya wasn't just cheating. She was laundering Blake's dirty money. My money. I didn't confront her. Needed more. Hired a PI, Vince Reed, ex-FBI, Sam's contact. "Get me Blake's clients," I said, handing him Sam's file. "And Tara's role." Vince nodded, "All business. This guy's a predator, Bryce. I'll get you what you need." I drove home, rain heavy. My kids' laughter from the living room. A fleeting anchor. Maya was reading to them, her voice soft like the woman I married. I stood in the doorway, unseen, my chest tight. Was she still in there, or was she gone? The first twist hit like a spark plug. Vince called Tara's not just Maya's cousin. He said she's Blake's ex. They split years ago, but she's still loyal. She's been feeding Maya lies, pushing her toward Blake. I froze, coffee spilling on my desk. Lies. Vince's voice was grim. "Tara told Maya, 'You're cheating.' Said she saw you with a woman at the shop. Maya bought it." My jaw clenched. Cheating me. I'd been faithful, always. Tara was playing puppeteer, and Maya was her marionette. I confronted Tara, Found her at a bar sipping wine all charm until she saw me, Bryce. When I cut her off, tossing a photo of her with Maya at the gym. You lied about me. Why, her face paled. I was helping Maya, she stammered. She deserves better. I leaned in, voice low. You're helping Blake extort people and using my wife. She flinched, said nothing. I left her silence louder than any confession. Maya came home late, perfume sharp eyes avoiding mine. Long day, I asked. Cleaning a wrench, calm. She nodded. Slipped upstairs, I checked her phone's GPS. Nate had hacked it discreet. She'd been at Blake's condo. Not the gym, 2 hours, my blood boiled, but I stayed sharp. Planted a tracker in her car. Vince's idea, small, hidden, linked to my phone. Every move I'd know. The second twist came from Sam Blake's. Got a silent partner, he said, Councilor Ed Walsh. Covers for him, buries complaints. Walsh got a cut of the extortion cash. I stared at the photo. Walsh shaking Blake's hand at a fundraiser. Maya was in the background, smiling. My wife surrounded by vipers. Get me proof, I told Sam. He didn't blink. Working on it. I set a trap. Told Maya I was unfreezing. Her card gave her a dummy one monitored. She used it fast, $3,000 to a consultant. Vince traced it straight to Blake's offshore account. I didn't confront her, sent the transaction to Dan. Add it to the file, I said. Fraud. Dan nodded. You're building a case, Bryce. Feds'll love this. Then Blake showed up. Unannounced at my shop. Kids in tow, Maya had sent them with him for fun. Lila hugged him. Ethan trailed. My heart sank. He smirked, tossing a football. Good kids, Bryce, need a real man to raise 'em. I stepped close, voice low. Get out. He laughed, left. My kids waved, oblivious. I gripped a wrench. Metal cold in my hand. This wasn't just about Maya anymore. It was about them. I fought back, met. Dan handed over Vince's files, Blake's clients, Tara's drops, Walsh's payoffs, feds. I asked. Dan nodded. Anonymous tip. They're already watching Walsh. This'll light a fire. I leaked a hint to a local blog, subtle counselor tied to extortion, it read. By night it was viral. Blake's gym lost clients. Tara vanished, phone off. Maya came home, eyes red. What's happening, she asked, voice small. I shrugged. Poured a beer. Ask Blake. I wasn't the man Blake mocked anymore. I was sharper, harder, ready. Maya's lies. Tara's games. Blake's threats, they'd built a cage. I was breaking out. The feds struck at dawn, a lightning bolt through Spokane's underbelly. I stood in my shop, Turner Auto Repair, oil-stained hands gripping a wrench as the TV blared. Local gym owner counselor arrested in extortion scandal. Blake Morrison's face flashed, cuffed eyes wild, shoved into a van. Ed Walsh, his uncle and silent partner, followed suit. Rumpled head bowed. Tara's name flickered in the crawl, detained, cooperating. Maya's was absent. A ghost in the chaos. I set the wrench down, my pulse steady. This wasn't the end. It was the spark. Maya burst through the door at noon, hair disheveled, clutching a newspaper like it was her last defense. Bryce, what did you do? She demanded, voice cracking the headline, screaming Blake's downfall. I leaned against a workbench, arms crossed, calm as granite. What did you do, Maya? I asked, nodding at her phone, buzzing relentlessly. Her eyes darted, lips trembling. I didn't know it was this bad, she whispered, sinking into a chair. I slid a manila envelope across the counter, divorce papers. Trust documents, her forged checks, you laundered their money, signed Walsh's trust, chose Blake. Her face crumpled, tears falling, sign. I said, voice cold. She scribbled her name, sobs shaking her. I thought I was helping us, she choked. I didn't blink. You helped them pack a bag. You're out? She left suitcase, dragging the door, slamming. I poured a coffee black and stared at Lila and Ethan's drawings taped to the wall, a rainbow. A truck, my kids, my fight. Blake was down but not out. Walsh's reach was long and Maya's recordings were a wild card. I wasn't just reclaiming my life, I was building a fortress. Dan Carver called at dusk, voice tight. Feds have Walsh's accounts. Blake's gym, Tara's drops, your tip lit the fuse. But Maya's checks, their trouble. She's on the hook for fraud, unless she testifies. I gripped the phone, staring at Spokane's skyline from my shop's window. She's not my problem. I said. Dan didn't flinch. She's still your wife legally, and the feds are watching you. Your business took the hits, $15, 000 gone. They're sniffing for complicity. My jaw clenched. I'm clean. Dan's tone hardened. Prove it. Get Maya to talk or find something bigger. I met Vince Reed, the PI, at a dive bar, his laptop glowing with files. Blake's desperate, he said, sliding me a USB drive. Moving cash to Belize, private jet booked Tara's with him, but she's shaky, and this... He tapped a file, Maya's recordings. She's been taping Blake for months. Scared, not loyal. I plugged in the drive, heart pounding. Maya's voice tense. Blake, this money's dirty, I want out. Blake sharp. You're in too deep. Maya, shut up or you're done. My hands shook. She wasn't his ally. She was his prisoner, gathering evidence for herself. For me, I didn't know. I sent the drive to Dan Anonymous. Feds will bury Blake with this, he said. But Walsh's trust ties Maya to the scheme. She's not clear unless she flips. I nodded, rain streaking my truck's windshield as I drove home. Maya, a double agent. Blake, a cornered beast. Walsh, the puppet master. My kids caught in the fallout I wasn't fighting for. Maya, I was fighting for Lila and Ethan. The first twist hit like a busted transmission. Sam, my buddy called voice low. Walsh isn't just Blake's uncle. He's got a network, cops, judges, even a Fed on payroll. Blake's been his enforcer for years, shaking down clients, burying bodies. I froze, coffee spilling on my desk. Bodies. Sam's tone was grim. Figurative, mostly. But there's a missing client, a doctor tied to Blake's gym. Feds are digging. My chest burned. Maya had dined with this family, laughed with them while I slaved to pay her bills. Was she a victim or a player? I confronted. Tara again tracked her to a safe house, feds nearby. She opened the door. Eyes, sunken cigarette trembling in her hand. Bryce, leave me alone, she snapped. I held up my phone, played Maya's recording, Blake's threats, her fear. Tara's face paled. You set her up, I said, voice cold, lied about me cheating. Why, she sank onto a chair, tears welling. Blake promised me everything. Money, power, said Maya needed a real man. I leaned in. You sold out your cousin. Talk to the feds or I will. She nodded. Broken. I left her sobs echoing. The net was tightening. I reclaimed my life piece by piece. Moved to a condo downtown, sparse mine. Packed my tools, kids' drawings, my Mustang's keys. Told Maya I was on a job, let her stew. She texted, voice soft in voicemails. Bryce, where are you? We need to talk. I didn't reply. Let her drown in her choices. I hit the gym, trained with a Marine, all grit. Lifted heavy, ran hard, rebuilt. The man Blake mocked. My crew saw it, slapped my shoulder. Boss is a beast, one said. I didn't smile, just worked. The second twist came from Vince Blake's. Got a second operation, he said, handing me a flash drive crypto scam running through the gym. Walsh funded it. Maya's bakery was the front. I stared, heart racing. The bakery, her dream, was a laundering hub. Checks. I'd co-signed $20. 000 gone, tied to fake accounts. Maya knew I asked. Vince shrugged, enough to sign, not enough to run it. I cursed myself. I'd trusted her blind. I leaked the crypto scam to a local reporter, anonymous. Spokane gym, linked to digital fraud. The story ran, Blake's clients bailed his gym, shuttered overnight. Social media erupted, locals outing his threats, clients naming Walsh's bribes. I didn't post, just watched, coffee in hand, as their empire burned. The third twist was a gut punch. Dan called. Maya's been working with the feds, he said, undercover since she started recording. She's feeding them Blake's moves, jet plans. Belize accounts. I froze, rain drumming my condo's windows, undercover. Dan's voice softened. She's scared. Bryce wants to protect the kids, but Walsh's network, they know she's talking. My blood ran cold. Maya wasn't just trapped. She was a target. I met her at a park, neutral ground, dusk. She looked small. No makeup, eyes red. Bryce, she said, voice breaking. I'm sorry, I thought Blake was my escape. I was wrong, I didn't soften. You laundered their money. Endangered our kids. She nodded, tears falling. I'm helping the feds. For Lila, Ethan. I stepped back. Keep them safe, that's all I want. She left, her shadow fading in the rain. I didn't trust her, but I needed her alive. The power shift came at a city gala, black tie. Spokane's elite packed in. I was there, new suit, Turner Auto Repairs logo on the program. Blake walked in, out on a bail arm around a new woman, smirk sharp. Maya trailed, head low, dress plain. The room hushed, sensing blood. Blake approached, voice booming, Bryce, still playing mechanic while I run this town. I stood calm, voice clear. Town's done with you, Blake. Feds have your crypto scam. Murmurs rippled. I played Maya's recording. Blake's voice threatening, her naming. Walsh. The crowd gasped. Blake's face twisted. "You're dead," he hissed, lunging. I dodged. "Let security tackle him." Maya stared, tears streaming. I sipped my whiskey unshaken. The gala was mine. The fourth twist hit days later. Vince called urgent. Walsh's Fed contact flipped, gave up a ledger. Blake's payoffs hits, even that missing doctor. Found dead, overdose staged. I gripped my desk, knuckles white. Blake Vince's voice was grim. "Ordered it." Walsh approved. Maya's recordings caught Blake bragging. My stomach churned. My wife had loved a killer. I went public bigger. Leaked the ledger to a national outlet, anonymous. Spokane scandal, murder tied to councilor, it screamed. Walsh's allies fled, his network collapsed. Blake's bail was revoked. His jet-grounded Tara testified, voice shaking, naming every deal, every threat. Maya took the stand, steady, her recordings. The final nail Blake got. 25 years racketeering, fraud, manslaughter. Walsh 15. Tara 2 probation. Maya walked her deal sealed. I expected peace. Felt hollow, drove to the old house, sold now one last time. Stood in the yard. Lila's swing. Still Ethan's truck buried in mud. Memories flashed, Maya's laugh. Kids' giggles. My promises, I left rain cold on my face. The final twist was a letter, no sender, at my condo. Maya's handwriting. "Bryce, I'm gone. I saved the kids, but I lost you. Forgive me someday." Inside a locket, our wedding photo. Her smile, young, mine real. And a check, $25,000, bakery scraps. I didn't cash it. Gave it to a youth center. Her regret wasn't my weight. I rebuilt condos, home shops, booming, new contracts citywide. I coach Ethan's team. Braid Lila's hair. Met Sarah, a nurse, grounded, no shadows. We're slow coffee movies. Truth, Blake's caged, Walsh's dust. Tara's silent, Maya's a whisper somewhere, remaking herself. Did I reclaim my family or forge a new one? Betrayal scars, but strength rebuilds. Like what you heard. Hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Viora, because the next story might just be your favorite one yet.